Welcome to the up and down matches. We are in our next group. We had a 1-day break, but everything is back to normal here. The typhoon has flown away. Calder, how are you feeling today, man?
Pretty good. Still raining in Korea, still raining in Seoul, but the other typhoon didn't really hit us, so that was quite alright.
Yeah, it's actually it was a pretty weak typhoon, but I have to say that the rain has started to take its toll on me.
Yeah.
I am ready for it to rain go away.
Apparently the coastal typhoon was really bad, but here in Seoul, at least in Mukdong, we didn't feel it. Well, it was windy. It was pretty windy.
It was windy at night for me. I was actually out trying to get home, and my umbrella flipped upside down 3 times. I was pretpretty annoyed.
There were so many destroyed umbrellas on the street when, like 2 days ago. That was really funny. Everywhere you could just see destroyed umbrellas, and I couldn't really get it because it wasn't raining. It was just windy, and the Koreans were running around with their umbrella, and I'm like, guys, you are really stupid. Why would you do that? And everywhere I went, it was like flop, flop, flop. No, the umbrellas just died.
Yeah, my umbrella died as well. It's on the street somewhere.
Okay.
Actually, no, I didn't throw my umbrella in the street. I took it and disposed of it properly, as that's what you got to do.
Exactly.
But today, we have a massive group. We have a 6-player group. Creator Prime, the player who won WCS Korea, is in this group, and I think that he may be the big favorite here, especially considering his recent results.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you look at the group today, the 2 players that definitely stand out are probably Creator and Supernova with his recent results. He won the Campus Party, and he was already doing quite well at the IM. Let's have a quick look at yesterday's results, though.
Yeah, we'll take a look at those, see who advanced. For those of you guys who haven't been able to tune in, here they are. And obviously Thorzen withdrawing from the group. Sniper and Gumiho, though, to advancing.
Exactly. Sniper and Gumiho, the 2 players that we will see in Code S next season, starting next week. And on the other hand, we have Puzzle Ace and Hack, who have to prove himself once again in Code A.
Yeah, and I think Sniper surprising a lot of people with his results there. Gumiho, not so much. I think people expected him to get out of the group. But Sniper, man, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Gumiho, of course, one of the favorites of this group, and he was able to deliver. On the other hand, as you already mentioned, Sniper with the 3-0. So a very strong play by him, and he will deserve to advance to Code S. And here we have our Code S players. As you can see, 10 Terrans, we have 9 Protoss, and 7 Zergs.
Yeah, and you can see who has advanced so far from the up and down matches. Gumiho, Bomber for the Terrans. Mana, foreign player from Poland, advancing for Protoss, and Sniper being the only Zerg so far.
We also have 2 Casper seats with Rain and Jaedong.
Yes, that was just announced right at this moment. Rain and Jaedong going to be seated. And so far, no Terrans seated for Kespa.
Yeah, no Terran thus far. And, well, right now we are finding out who's going to advance today. We have a 6-player group, as already pointed out. We're actually having a quick look at today's matches, so I can...
Just, hold that thought. We'll take a look at today's players. Today's players are actually Calder and Wolf.
We're not playing, guys.
We're both advancing to Code S.
We are?
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a 2-person group.
That's already a lot of money that we just won.
I know, man. I'm pretty excited.
That is pretty cool.
We're going to play against each other one time, and then that's it.
I will just make sure that I will intimidate everyone in my group before the match. Just like, guys, if you win, I will be waiting in a back alley. Do you really want to risk that? Then I will advance, and I will have even more money. I'm gonna get rich, Wolf. This is my time to shine. This is my season.
This may be, man. I'm actually really scared. All right, here are our first 2 players. Happy, who doesn't look so much like his ID right now, versus Creator, Child Prodigy, man. This guy is looking really good right now. He's able to defeat so many players in WCS and take the whole thing, in fact. Happy is someone who is a top-notch Terran player for LGIM, someone not to be taken lightly, but the map is Ohana. It's loading up right now.
Let's jump into the game. Up and down matches here at the GSL with Calder and Wolf. Starting to the top left of the map, in red we have our Terran player for LGIM. It is
LGIM Happy.
And of course, Happy's opponent starts at the bottom right of Ohana. Here we have a quick shot of our Terran player first. Here he is, the Protoss in the blue, winner of the WCS Korea. It is, of course, the Prime player named
Creator Prime.
Such a consistent pro player, always doing well in tournaments that he plays in, and a little bit surprised even that he's not currently in Code S, but might be able to get out of this group today. I think it's a great shot for him, and after winning WCS, his improvement is really shown. SCV listened to a little bit of music, it's fine.
It always relaxes you a little bit if you listen to music. I mean, this is the same. This is also true for the players, you know. It's just boring if you have this one task that you have to focus on. You always want to have your MP3 player with you and just listening to some nice beats.
Exactly. It's just like when you're on the subway or you're walking somewhere. The moment in which you realize you forgot your earbuds at the place you were at before is the worst, because then you don't know what you're going to do.
You did that once, didn't you?
Nah, man. It was one of the worst days of my life. If you have to go somewhere alone, you don't have friends to talk to, you don't have your music.
How did you cope?
I read a book.
You read a book?
Yeah.
What did you read?
It's a book called 19Q4. It's like it's supposed to be 1984, but it's a really complicated plot to explain, but it's really good. I recommend it. I'm not done yet. I'm getting closer.
So it's the original 1984?
No. It's just ironically also the same year.
Okay.
Or it may be even 1Q84, man. Right now off the top of my head I can't remember, but it's some people out there reading the book know what I'm talking about. By the way, Creator, with only the one probe in the gas, will be able to get his Nexus up faster, but also still continue to mine gas.
And I'm a little bit interested to see what exactly Happy is going to do here. Creator, that's the player that we've of course seen in the WCS quite a lot. Happy, on the other hand, he needs to be a little bit careful here, because the matchup against Protoss is not really one that he was able to shine in the recent past. He actually lost in the WCS South Korea against Tails in the loser bracket.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, actually in the winner bracket. It was his first match. It was not the loser bracket match that he played. But yeah, the last games against Protoss didn't went all too well for him.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit shaky in this matchup, but Happy is a player, like I said, you can never count him out. He did make it to the round of 4 once in Code S, and he's a great IM player. And he's putting on a lot of pressure here. The thing is, if Creator doesn't pull more probes, the bunker will finish, and this is a problem. And this is exactly what players love to do with the first Marine, but he does pull 5 probes off, pulls the weakened probe back, should be able to target that SCV down. A second Marine is about to arrive.
Nice micro so far, doesn't even lose the probe here, really well done. And now the Stalker is out and can take down not only the SCV but also take care of the Marines. And for some reason, Happy with the rally point didn't even start to attack the Stalker, so no chance for him whatsoever to pull through here. He loses 3 units in total. And Creator off to a good start.
Yeah, he lost just a little bit of mining time, but that's so much less significant, you're absolutely right, than losing the Marines. And also, he's going to have to cancel this bunker. It costs some resources initially. And I think Happy, well, there it is. You can see on the production tab, he's going to have to make a 3rd command center after a situation like this, which I think is a great choice. Probably planned from the start to do this, but this is a map where the 3rd base is relatively easy to take against a Protoss.
If you look at Creator's statistics against Terran, you'll find out that he has a 66% win ratio, which is of course pretty good. But if you then add his recent match history, it becomes insane. The last 4 games that he played a best of 7 against Hack. He did not drop a single map. He played against Select, actually, at the Team Liquid Star League, and did not drop a single map against Select either. Then he defeated Jakji in Code A of last season, and he took down Marine King in one of the online tournaments that he recently played. This guy, right now, just does not lose to Terran. He's a little bit like Seed.
Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison to make. And one of the other things about Creator that everybody knows is that he really innovated this style with double forges in Korea. Obviously, some players in North America were doing that, like Liquid Tyler, for example, for quite some time. But he was the first person to consistently do it time and time again, and really made it quite popular. And you know, we talked about this in the past. Sometimes nerves can be an issue for him against big pressure plays from Terran players, but that's not what we're seeing from Happy here. He's taking the fast 3rd command center, so he kind of puts the ball in Creator's court. How is he going to react when he sees what's going on with his first observer?
What impressed me about Creator in the just last few weeks, and especially, of course, in the WCS Korea, is that he seems to be finally more confident in the booth. He seemed to have shaken this nervousness. This always caused him to lose games that were really so important to him. Like key matches, he would always drop the ball like slightly. He has great builds, he has a great style, micro and macro, everything is there. But that sometimes when everything's on the line, he made crucial mistakes that cost him the games.
Yeah.
And in the WCS Korea, we saw him just getting rid of all of this and really focusing on the game. So I feel if he can just carry this into the next matches, into the up and down group today, that there is basically no one who can actually just take him down.
You're right, man. I think it's going to be almost impossible to face this guy if he does keep his cool, because he's a defensive player, one who plays for the late game. Now that he's seen this third command center and the starport timing, he got a robotic support bait. Now, how will he choose to use it? Will he try to hit a timing attack since he has the double forges? Very unlikely. I think he may actually cut all other unit production, besides, of course, the Colossi, and start a third Nexus immediately at the third base so that he can use that. Meanwhile, there it is.
Yeah. There's the third Nexus, as you already pointed out. We currently see the rocks being taken out by Happy once also to establish a third base. Happy started with his engineering base a lot faster than Creator did, but he didn't use them for quite a while. Now him getting +1/+1 a little bit later affects, of course, the game quite heavily, as Creator now with the double forges, chrono boosting his forges, and will have a slight upgrade advantage over his opponent.
Now, Happy sees the Nexus timing as well here with his SCV. A great scout. He actually sneaks by his opponent, knowing that his opponent was moving out. He saw that with the Watchtower. Now the SCV actually walks all the way into the main base as well. He's going to see the Forges and the first Colossus that comes out. This is great information for Happy.
And you know, the one thing that we saw from a Creator in the WCS Korea is that he always hits timing like perfectly. Like, he knows exactly when his upgrades finish, and even when he only has like a 10-second time window, he will use it. And this is something that Happy has to be very cautious about, because Creator now with the Twilight Council finish can access +2/+2 immediately, and we already have him heading straight into the Trembler Archive now. So he really wants to gear up for the late game here. We have him with only one Colossus, and this is becoming more standard. Building one Colossus, faking the Terran player a little bit out, trying to force a reaction with Vikings, and again going straight for the Storm tech. And then you still have the robotic space, so you can later on switch your tech without any resources spent whatsoever. So that's actually a pretty cool style that is developing right now.
Yeah, it's really developing right now. You're certainly right. And also the Colossus really helps you defend against a Terran who doesn't have those Vikings out to attack you with at your third base. Just having that one Colossus there, as long as you micro it correctly, can be quite good. And Happy is trying to figure out how to approach this situation. He scans, he sees the Colossus, and he's got to go home. He knows this is not going to work. He probably clicked on those units as well and saw that they have 1-1. He keeps poking a little bit, but he's not going to commit to an engagement. He knows it's one that he cannot win, especially with this next round of Warpins.
And look at how late his Armory is. The Armory of Happy is really late. The +2/+2 upgrades have been started for a Creator ages ago. And he also gets now the Ghost Academy, the Terran player that is, which is of course really important here. The Viking count for him at this point is only 2, so he's not being faked out. But he cannot really attack here. It's really hard, especially when Storm is going to finish, has just been started.
Yeah, he does not. He's got a lot of Marines in this composition. He doesn't quite have that Marauder mix to just jump in, grab the Nexus, and get out. So he keeps, poking a little bit. He's hoping that Creator will get out of position. Now he's going to go for a big drop around the left side. He may actually catch Creator off guard as Creator's moved a little bit far away. He sees this, in fact, with the factory. And he's going to go into the back. He may just go for probes here, but I think he really wants that Nexus with this many medevacs.
He could certainly try to get it. On the other hand, he has to be careful, because there are High Templars. There is feedback. But here come the units. He drops them in. Only a few of them. Draws Creator out here to the bottom left.
Yeah, just such patient, calculated play here by Happy with his units. Never really overextending. The one big stim he did, I think, was the only mistake you can really find.
You know, we have a lot of energy actually at the Nexus to the bottom left. We have a lot of energy also at the one in the main base and at the natural. So he could hit his chrono boost a little bit better.
Yeah, Puzzle was doing such a great job with that.
Yeah.
Puzzle, it certainly is some of the best chrono boost usage I've ever seen just the other day.
Really good example here. The performance that we've seen from Puzzle in this particular game that you just mentioned is exactly what is just... It really stood out. It was really excellent and well played. But right now, Creator doing a little bit better with his chrono boost. His upgrade's already finished. He starts his +3/+3. Well, armor upgrade, where are you?
He just needs a little bit more gas. There it is.
There it is. And this is one thing that we mentioned also in the WCS Korea. This guy just doesn't miss upgrades.
Yeah, he's great at hitting them. As soon as his upgrades are done, he grabs the next one. He's sending Zealots around the map to check for expansions as well as dropships. Starts a pile and it will be spotted immediately.
You know, with Creator and his upgrades, I always feel like he has a stopwatch or an alarm set that will always just start ringing as soon as there are only 3 seconds left on the upgrade, so that he can hit the next set. He has to cancel his fourth here, though, because Happy is once again moving in a little bit. But look at this upgrade advantage for Creator. Happy not done with +2/+2, and Creator is already like nearly halfway done with his third set of upgrades.
And that's so important in this matchup because the Zealots, once they have that third armor upgrade, they just get in and then they can do the damage with the attack upgrade as well as the Colossus, which he is switching back into now, starting his second one. There is an SCV poised to make a fourth base, but there's a Zealot next to it, so he's going to know about this. Meanwhile, he is making a fourth command center, and I'm not sure about fighting like this, Crater. There's a concave over there.
He has to be really careful with this. He sends one Storm in order to make sure that Happy cannot chase him down. There are 9 High Templars, a lot of them, and if Creator gets into a good position, then he can use them. Mana did that very well in his games, but right now, he needs to be very careful because Happy has a huge force, but the second Storm, that was a really good one.
That was crucial. If he didn't have that Storm, Happy could have fought, and, you know, Happy thought he dealt with all the High Templar, but a secret one just kind of came in from the left side there and stormed his army. He was not prepared for that. Now he doesn't quite have enough hit points, it seems, to engage, and Creator is trying to get the better concave here. The Vikings really unopposed right now, doing damage to that Colossus, and the third base is now exposed. Happy's going to go right for it.
And he tanked once again a good Storm. There's another one, but Happy not taking the entire damage.
Oh my god, nowhere to run for those units. The Colossus at the back doing so much extra damage here. He does split his units at the end, but Creator is just ripping through now, taking a 50 supply lead here.
Wow, easy peasy for Creator here, even with a small surface area that he only had because Happy was getting into a good position here. Creator had no problems at all taking this army down. The area effect damage in his army really came through. Now he gets this extended thermal lance upgrade that so far he did not get. He probably even forgot about it and just realized it in the fight because his Colossus count was already decent, but now he's getting the upgrades, and with the Templars that are still in the game, he can now just push out and try to take Happy down.
Yeah.
The Terran player has half the army.
Exactly, and he spent so much build time on his Tech Lab barracks on Ghosts. He has 10 Ghosts out right now, but no Marauders. He has 12 Marines and 10 Ghosts, and his first 2 recent medevacs were just added. He's got nothing.
Exactly, and now +3/+3, of course, done for Creator, already halfway done with the shield upgrade, whereas Happy is still on 2/2. And Creator in an awesome position, moving out here right now. He's still poaching a little bit on the map. To the left, we have his 4th base. It's ready. Even the War Prism is being built now. He's about to hit 200 supply here.
Yeah, and he's going to cut these units off. EMPs will be useful here, but they're not going to win him the fight. He storms right on top of those Ghosts. He's got vision. He rips through them. The first 2 Marauders coming in. GG.
Creator takes down Happy. Really, really well played here by the Prime player. Off to a good start in the group. It's a tough group, guys. It's a 6-player group. Really, really tough to get one of those 2 spots for Codes. But Creator, with a win in the first game, we're looking good here.
Yeah, man. We talked about it just very briefly before those storms hit. It looked like Happy just had too much. He had a great army. The density of that and the position it was in made it hard for Creator's Zealot-heavy army to engage. If he fought with those Zealots, he would have lost everything. But he waited patiently for those storms. He lost a few High Templar on the right side, and then did not panic. Waited for his other High Templar that were further away to come and join the fight.
And Creator got more High Templars than you will usually see in a Protoss army. Usually there's more like 6 of them. He had in the end, I think, 10 High Templars that he used. So a really huge amount. He didn't use them straight away for Archons, but he wanted those Storms, and the Storms were good. With the huge Bio Ball that Happy commanded, it was really something that is very vulnerable to Storm and of course also to the Colossi damage. So really well played here by Creator, and Happy finds himself now 1 loss in the group.
Yeah, he does. And with the positioning of those units against the Nexus, the Storms were just so good. There was nowhere for that Bio Army to run. He already ate the first Storm, and Creator, once he took that fight, there was nothing for Happy to do.
Creator actually even missed one of the Storms a little bit when he walked down the ramp. It could have been even been worse for Happy. In the end, the Protoss player didn't have a problem taking down the Terran. And right now, we have another Protoss. It's actually Vampire.
Man. Vampire is actually still having nightmares about how he should be in Codes right now, but he's not.
Yeah, exactly. You're so right. The match that he played against Suo Shin, that's probably something that will haunt him forever. Now he's up against the Slayers player, against the Slayers Zerg to be exact about it. It's Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Great Zerg player, and you know, he's kind of like the king of Code A.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can actually advance into Code S. If history repeats itself, he will not.
The game is loading, guys. Antigua Shipyard is the map. GSL up and downs. Vampire against Yu-Gi-Oh! Brought to you by Column.
Everybody get back! Everybody get back! When the shots go off!